Yo, what's up, fellow cadets? So I said in my Thunder Spear video that I was going to make a video analyzing both the opening and the ending, and then I actually started recording that, and I realized, oh, hold on, this is gonna be really long. So I just decided to divide into two parts, like one video just for the ending, which is this one, and then a video for the opening. Okay, like unfortunately, I know for experience that people just don't want to watch like a long thing. So I think it's a good decision to divide that. All right. Having said that, I don't have any jokes, man. Let's just talk about this. Season 3, Part 2, The Return to Shingishina Arc, is the end of Attack on Titan as you know it. After this, everything is going to change. Nothing's ever going to be the same, okay? But if we're going to end anything, what's the better way than celebrating what came before? And it's this idea that carries both the opening and also the ending. So first of all, the song for the fifth ending is Name of Love by Cinema Staff, the same guys that did Great Escape in season 1. Now, this song is not Great Escape, and the visuals are absolutely not on that level. But goddamn, man, this song is good. Let's just say I fell in love with it. You can see in my reaction video like how I was like covering my face because I was feeling it. The combination of this song with just this 104th nostalgia trip, like it was strong for me. Like I really like these characters, and I kind of miss these days where so many of these guys were alive. If this was any longer, it could probably have a bigger reaction out of me. Still, nothing's ever gonna come close to the Sonic movie. But let's get real here, okay? This might be the worst ending yet. While I never really liked the Mikasa ending from season 1, I just never really was a fan of that song. I can't pretend that ending doesn't have amazing animation, okay? Because it does. And, which is the exact opposite of this ending that has no animation, okay? They really went cheap on this one, unfortunately. A sentiment that I expressed in my reaction video, and I'm still gonna be expressing it here. Anyway, the first shot has the main trio in Shingishina, in case the Red Swan opening wasn't enough for you. Nothing much to say here, actually. This is an exact portrayal of their scene here in the first episode, right before their lives are changed forever. I would say that these were their happier times, but then you look at their faces and like what is happening here? Like why are they all so upset? Armin and Mikasa, they look especially weird. But what I really wanted to talk about is stuff like the next shot where we have the 104th cadets all in class. I love this shot, okay? I love how Bertold is looking at Annie. I love how Jean is looking at Mikasa. I love how Mikasa is not looking at the teacher, compared to, Armin and Eren. I love how Eren is actually paying attention to class. He's like confused, but also like really invested and interested in the class. It's like, oh, yo, shit, dude. I love, if you look at everyone in class, all their notebooks, you can see that Eren is actually the one character that has written the most notes. He has an entire page full, guys. That's awesome. And then you have the opposite, okay, with Coney, that has written nothing. All right, it's completely empty, and he's too busy looking at Marco, who is asking a question, just like he did in episode 5. And speaking of dead characters in episode 5, there's a lot of characters in this shot that are background characters from those episodes. For example, like in the same table as Marco, you have this guy here. I think his name is Miley or something. He was one of the dudes that was in Eren's squad in episode 4 and 5. As far as I remember, he was eaten alive. So rest in peace. And then we have this guy over here. He's right beside Sasha. And here's the thing about this guy. Number one, he looks like Samuel L. Jackson. That's his actual name. I'm not joking. He was the one guy that just fainted for some reason when the Colossal showed up in Trost, and Sasha like saved his ass by using the 3D maneuvering gear and just stabbed his leg or something. For the most part, it looked like he was saved. They acted like he was saved, but then the character encyclopedia came out and it was just like, oh no, he's dead. What? How did he die? How is this guy dead? I don't know. This one is the most shocking one. Now, another one that is less shocking is this girl over here. Her name is Hana. If you remember Hana, she had like a gimmick going on where she and this guy over here named France, they were like a couple. They were like denying it, but they were a couple pretty much. Like, come on, shut up. They were a couple, and the last time we see these characters, it's right after Eren sacrifices himself to save Armin, and Armin's like super depressed, and he just finds them, and Franz over here doesn't have any legs. And Hana's trying to give him CPR, and she's like, "Armin, help me!" And Armin's like, "Bro, he's dead. What do you? He's dead." And yeah, that's the last time. And apparently she's also dead, even though you see her alive. Now, unlike Samuel, he was saved. It makes no sense. But with Hana, I can understand. Like a Titan just came in and just ate her. She didn't care. I can see that. But yeah, it's still heartbreaking. I was kind of feeling that, hey man, if I didn't see him dead, they're alive in my heart. But no, so rest in peace. Now, other dead characters, we have another member from Eren's squad, Thomas Wagner. I think most people will remember this guy. He was I think he was like the first one that died, actually. This abnormal jump and just ate him. That was a yikes. And then Eren got angry, and everyone tried to follow him. And this is where Mina Caroline over here, I'm sure you remember Mina. Of course, the cute girl, you remember the cute girls. And yeah, she just got eaten by the anime Titan. Don't forget that Titan. Just saying, don't forget that one. Might be relevant. And then we have this guy over here. I think, as far as I know, this guy looks like Nak. Yeah, the name is whatever. But yeah, I think it's the same guy that was also in Eren's squad. He got smacked and died instantly, I think. So rest in peace, bro. Now this guy over here is not part of any squad for sure, but I think you might remember this guy. This guy's name is Das. He's like the one dude that looks like 30 or something, even though he's probably the same age as these guys. He was a super coward. He was like ready to kill himself at one point, and against all odds, in comparison to Samuel and Hana, this guy is alive somehow. What? I don't know why. Apparently Samuel it really identifies himself with this character. Like he's repeatedly stated in many interviews that, hey, what's the character you identify with? And Sam's like, yeah, it's Daz. It's probably more of a joke than anything, honestly. But yeah, like that, Samuel likes this character for some reason. And the last time we saw him was in season 2 during the Lesbian on Ice episode. Shout out to my favorite lesbians over here in the back. And yeah, man, it's cool. I guess. Now here's the thing. Now, like I said before, episode 5, it's where all these characters die. Yes, except that's obviously. But also in that episode, there's like a flashback, to these characters all in class. And the interesting thing is that like all these guys in this place, we have Thomas, Franz, Jean, and Mina, and Nak. Not this guy, not Daz. These guys are in the same position in class, wearing the same clothes. Like these guys went to the most like deep cut possible. Like the most obscure scene in the anime. I don't think it's even in the manga, by the way. That scene with the teacher explaining. So I don't remember that scene. I'm reading the manga, so I don't remember that scene. But yeah, like these characters are all in there. Also, there's like a shot where the camera is like around here, and you have Marco like getting up and asking a question. It's exactly like that. And like the first shot where I'm like, oh, that's from the first episode for sure. I can't say that for this one, because in episode 5, while these irrelevant characters are here, sorry John, you're in the middle of that. there's no Coney and Sasha behind Eren and Mikasa. There's nothing like that. You don't have Ymir and Storia behind Mina and Nak. You don't have that. They're not there. Like, no Reiner and Bertolt, no Annie, like whatever. It's just a bunch of nobodies. It's a bunch of nobodies. But again, I need to say that I really love the attention to detail for, just going out of your way to reference that one scene and putting these guys in the same position. You didn't have to. It's not the same scene. Like, clearly it isn't, because these actual characters are present now. But I appreciate the detail. But while I think it's really neat that you really went to grab the most deep cut characters and pay the most attention to detail as possible, I really like that. But I think there's a little bit of a missed opportunity here. I feel like this could have been a great place for the anime to retroactively insert Flock in here. For the anime onlys that don't know, Flock is this it was a cocky guy that showed up in the last episodes of season 3 part 1. This guy is apparently a part of the 104th, and he's a scout. Like, he is in the last 2 episodes of the anime that currently airing at the time of this recording. Like, he is in these episodes. You can see him with Marlo hanging out. And to keep it as vague as possible, I know that in the manga later on there's like a flashback to these days, and Isayama use those to insert Flock into those scenes. There's like a scene where Eren and Reiner are like fighting, and Eren and Jean are fighting, and Reiner's trying to stop them, and you have Flock in the corner just going, "Oh guys, stop! It's only in the morning." Funimation, give me a call. I can totally voice act this character. Whoever is doing that is not doing a good job. I'm just saying. But yeah, I think this is a bit of a missed opportunity here. But yeah, that's it for this shots. Tell me in the comments though, what kind of student you were. Are you like Armin, taking a couple of notes here and there? Are you like Eren, that is just transcribing the entire class? Or maybe you're like Coney, you just don't do anything. Fuck it. Personally, I'm in the Annie camp, where I'll write like 3 sentences, and then I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm just gonna cross my arms and listen, and maybe not even that. I'm not a great student. Anyway, the next shot is from a scene in episode 3 where, Mr. Bystander Keith Shadas, messes up with Eren's belt and, makes him look like an idiot for the entire episode. I don't have much to say about this shot in particular. It's pretty self-explanatory. But this is where the placement of these shots starts making no sense, as the next one is the infamous Sasha Potato scene, which happens before the belt problems and also the class shots. That Sasha scene is the first day they're there, alright? There's already 0 animation here. Why is the placement of these shots completely random? Why is it not in chronological order? The first shot of this ending is, the main trio as kids, so I thought, this is where we were going? Anyway, we can see a lot of the background characters that I mentioned before in this shot, which is cool, and, Ymir is not black. The next shot is a continuation of the belt episode. As you can see, Eren still has his bandage on his head. This is the scene in that episode where Eren and Armin are going around asking people for help. Coney and Jean are assholes. They don't want to help Eren. But Reiner and Bertolt are willing to listen to them. And this is where Bertolt gives them this fake-ass backstory. But he's not saying random shit though, right? He's not saying random stuff. So keep that in mind. Don't forget that. But yeah, not much to say here actually. Friends for some reason just keeps popping up. Out of all the background characters, Samuel is here being funny. I guess he's saying something, probably talking about girls, and this is where Friends starts noticing Hana or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. Thomas is right beside Jean, just like in the other class shot. I guess they're friends or something. I don't know. I never seen them interact, so yeah. And Marco's eavesdropping Reiner and Bertolt's conversation. Oh, Marco. You really shouldn't do that. The next shot is from episode 30, season 2, the Lesbians on Ice episode. Not sure when it happens in the timeline, but it's impossible to be in the middle of episode 3. It has to be in the 2-year time skip between episode 3 and 4. But instead of just complaining about this issue, let's start thinking a little bit. So when you have the shot of Eren celebrating, the song actually starts picking up, you know, like a rise, and maybe that's it. Maybe the placement of these shots is just random, just because of the song, because they want to end on a celebration or something. When the song is like rising, you have like the cooler shots. I guess that's it. Anyway, the next shot is from a scene in episode 4 where we have the cadets training their 3DM gear. I say it's from this episode specifically because you have Jean and Bertolt and Annie and in the background, and their poses are the exact same poses that they are doing in that episode. Oh, and I guess fuck Ymir and the story because they're not in this shot. The next shot is from a flashback in episode 36 when, you know, Annie and Mikasa are about to fight, and, you know, we didn't get to see it. Who do you think would have won, by the way? But yeah, again, this scene has to happen during the time skip, okay? So the placement of this, you know, following, you know, the previous shot makes no sense. It has to happen way before that. The next shot is from episode 4 when Eren used the move he learned from Annie on Jean. Good ass scene. And the next one is from the ceremony from episode 16 when our heroes became scouts. I really like how you can see Annie leaving in the background. I think that's such a nice detail. And another nice detail is just Kuni's face. Like, I really like how he still looks like that. We then have a nice shot with the remaining cadets that became soldiers, you know, just looking cool, wearing the, you know, the cape. And lastly, we have what appears to be their dorms, you know, with a cadet corps jacket left behind, as the characters are now quite literally wearing other jackets, you know, the scout jacket, and he was wearing something else. But yeah, it could also be seen as symbolism, you know, like, you know, just, they are, you know, leaving their memories behind, you know, they are older now, they're leaving their this place, and this jacket represents also this place and these memories and this childhood innocence, I guess, because they're now in the world, they're now wearing the real clothes for real problems or real shit, right? Maybe. Like I said before, this song is awesome, okay? It's amazing, and I keep listening to it, and it gets better and better and better. And music, to me, is without a doubt the most important aspect for an ED, okay? Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna be listening to the song on my phone when I'm on my train. I'm not gonna be looking at the visuals, right? You know, and it's the song that's gonna, you know, make me come back to a series years later. I'm gonna have a YouTube video recommended to me, and it's that song. The song is without a doubt, the music is without a doubt the most important thing ever. You need to nail that. But I gotta be real, right? The lack of animation, the lack of flock too, and the illogical order of these pictures make this ED, this ending, the worst one yet. So yeah, that's it. But before I end this video, I want to ask you, what's your favorite ED? Because to me, it's like a tie between, you know, the Great Escape from season 1 and whatever the name is for the one in season 2. Like, I love that song too. I think it's like You Get No Tori. I don't know, man, but I love it. It's so creepy, and the visuals are creepy too. Oh, dude, they nailed it. They absolutely nailed that. I love it. I love it so much. By the way, like, by the end of season 3 part 2, you should come back to that. You should come back to that. I'm just saying, man. It's not gonna be just random stuff. But yeah, that's it. And remember that this is part 1, right? Part 2 is gonna be the big boy opening. I'm still working on that one. And no, I'm done with the analysis. I have to actually record the video and then edit, and it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while, you know. So meanwhile, you know, before that, you know, while that video comes out, you can, you know, like this video, you can comment, you can subscribe, you can share it, you can just help me grow. And also, you know, just, I don't know, just watch my other videos, you know, just if you want more of this cute face. Fuck this shit. What the fuck did I just do? I thought it would be funny, like ironic, haha, I'm gonna do that, but like there's no joke, there's no irony when I actually do the thing that I hate. I just did that. There's no funny in there. I just did the shit that I hate. I'm done.